Paul Mackenzie, the leader of a cult in Kenya, met a tragic end that was accompanied by legal consequences. As the self-proclaimed pastor of the Good News International Church, Mackenzie led the congregation for almost 20 years. However, the church garnered infamy when it was revealed that Mackenzie had persuaded his followers to engage in a fatal act of self-starvation, effectively transforming the church into a doomsday cult. Mackenzie's captivating sermons, delivered to sizable crowds, were rife with apocalyptic themes and urged his devotees to remain steadfast on their spiritual path. Regrettably, Mackenzie, an evangelical pastor who arrogated this title to himself, managed to convince a minimum of 130 followers to perish due to starvation. Mackenzie had given his disciples instructions to fast in anticipation of the impending end of the world. After 4 of his followers died from starvation while trying to meet Jesus, Pastor Mackenzie was taken into custody in April 2023. Upon his arrest, Mackenzie issued a mysterious warning to the police stating, "You are unaware of what you are fighting against, and it will explode, mark my words." According to some of his followers, Mackenzie, a former taxi driver in the coastal city of Mombasa, prohibited cult members from sending their children to school and seeking medical treatment at hospitals, deeming these establishments as satanic. Kenyan President William Ruto drew parallels between Pastor Mackenzie and a terrorist, accusing him of exploiting religion to promote bizarre and unacceptable ideologies. Ruto asserted that Mackenzie had radicalized thousands of individuals, some of whom perished due to starvation. This was not the first time Mackenzie faced charges related to fasting-related deaths. In 2019, he was previously arrested under similar circumstances when 2 children died, but he was subsequently released on bail. The legal proceedings for these cases are still ongoing. In recent times, there have been several instances in Africa where cult leaders and fraudulent pastors have garnered attention due to their controversial practices and deceptive behavior. These individuals have taken advantage of their positions of authority within religious communities to pursue personal gain, often resulting in harm and disillusionment among their followers. Throughout the continent, there are numerous self-proclaimed pastors who resort to highly questionable methods. These pastors often make extravagant claims of possessing miraculous abilities, offering instant remedies, solutions to various problems, and promises of salvation and entry into heaven. One tragic event that unfolded in Uganda in the year 2000 was the Kanungu Cult massacre. This incident involved a cult known as the Movement for the Restoration of the 10 Commandments of God, founded by Joseph Kibweta. Believing that the world would end with the turn of the millennium, the cult's prophecy was proven false on March 17, 2000, when a horrifying incident occurred. Approximately 700 individuals, including women and children, were confined within a church located in the Kanungu district of southwestern Uganda. The doors and windows of the church were deliberately sealed shut from the outside, and the building was set ablaze, resulting in the tragic demise of all those trapped inside. Astonishingly, the cult leaders, including Joseph Kibweta, were not present at the scene of the massacre and have never faced prosecution for their involvement. To this day, their whereabouts remain unknown. The Kanungu Cult massacre serves as a sorrowful reminder of the perils associated with cults and the devastating consequences that can arise from the manipulation and exploitation of vulnerable individuals. In 2019, a video featuring a South African pastor Alf Lukau went viral, capturing him making the astonishing claim of resurrecting a deceased individual during a funeral service. This incident garnered significant attention and scrutiny, ultimately revealing it to be a fabricated spectacle. Lukau's actions ignited a larger conversation about fraudulent pastors and invited reproach from established religious organizations. Later, Pastor Alf Lukau of South Africa expressed remorse for his involvement in the incident, acknowledging his regret. Kenya, a predominantly Christian nation, has faced challenges in regulating fraudulent churches and cults involved in criminal activities. Government records indicate that there are over 4,000 registered churches in this East African country with a population of 53 million. George Kariuki, the lawyer representing Paul Mackenzie, has stated that the self-proclaimed pastor is cooperating with the investigators. Mackenzie and some of his followers have been charged with terrorism in connection with the deaths of 429 members of his Good News International Church. It is believed that many of these individuals starved themselves, under the belief that by doing so, they would meet Jesus Christ before the world's end. A search of a remote forested area revealed numerous mass graves, where authorities found evidence of starvation, strangulation, and suffocation through autopsies. The suspects will also face charges such as manslaughter, radicalization, assault causing grievous bodily harm, and engaging in organized criminal activity. The shocking discoveries in what is now known as the Shakahola Forest Massacre have prompted the government to advocate for stricter regulations on fringe religious denominations.